How Ian, the zero waste nose blowing technique.
Well, I'm dry now. It's the Yukon blow. I was dry.
So beautiful. This is the beautiful man I'm married to.
I was taught the Yukon blow.
By who?
Deb Wild, who's from the Yukon.
Okay, well, like, why?
Because I started working out in the bush and we were hanging out all the time, and she's like, "Do you know how to do the Yukon blow?"
And you're like, does that involve, like, drugs, or?
No. I don't remember the conversation exactly. This was decades ago. But you grab your nose, you squeegee it down, and then you flick away the evidence.
Friend of ours has a tree service company, and we let him know that we're looking for some chips, and so we've been somewhat on his radar, and he just gave us a call. He has a load for us, and they're coming right now, so we have to get ready to find a spot to put them and figure out what we're gonna do about this. You know, just moving the truck.
Like, come on. So the wood pile is your new dirt pile. It's your new poop pile.
You're going to do it?
Eventually.
How?
You gotta give it some time.
You're not going to do it?
Well, but you can play on it as wood. I don't know if this is gonna show up on the camera, but this pile's actually steaming this morning. Is it warm?
Ow. That hurt me. Nothing hurt.
It hurts a little bit?
No.
Might be something that you play on with when you have gloves on. Is it hot? Is it warm? What do you think, Bo? What do you think of the dirt or the wood chip pile? Do you think he's gonna climb it?
Nope. Not that.
What do you got there?
A little flower.
I don't know, it's pretty.
Yeah. Oh. See that?
Hey.
The fruit trees have been looking really good that we planted the other day. They've all been growing fairly nicely. The only one that I'm slightly concerned about is this one right here. It lost all its leaves and it's looking kind of sad. So crossing my fingers that it's not dying.
So how many weeks have you been working on the chain link fence?
When did we start? Yesterday?
You know, I can check the footage and tell.
Yeah, well, it's not really fair. Because we haven't been working on it every day. But today will be the last day, or tomorrow will be, or the next day. There's very little left to do. It's just where the priority of this work compared to the outbuilding work goes, because now we're getting the function out of this fence. It's like I just have to tie it after we put this last piece of chain link fence on, so you know.
Kids are officially trapped.
pretty excited about all of these green walking onions that have started to pop up. You know, I planted a lot out here and I wasn't necessarily expecting them to come up as strongly as they did. Some of these are like full-size bulbs, not just seed walking onions. So it's exciting to see how much it's grown already. It means that we're gonna have a huge crop for next year and probably a lot of seed stock.
What are you doing?
Is that like the foam
Yeah.
to seal?
Exactly. This one's just a minimal expanding foam, so it doesn't, you know, they can like push things out of whack. So this one will just be nice and gentle. And then when it expands, if it expands outside of the spot that you want it to, you can just shave it off with a, you know, with a knife. But this can doesn't seem to want to spray very much right now. All around it, that's good enough. Just like, you know.
It's not as obvious as you thought it would
Well, there's like a, you know, there's an art and
be. Yeah.
so James showing us how to do it, right?
Right.
So
They were like, if you want to know how to do this, I didn't have much of a gardening season this year because we got into our place so late. But one thing I was really excited to try out is they still had some leek seedlings at their nursery when I went. So I bought them up and I planted them out and I just harvested them all yesterday because I was worried about frost. They didn't get super big, but one of the perks of having the baby leeks is that you can use the greens. They're a lot more tender. They're not stringy the way like an older leek green is. So I'm excited to figure out something to do with all of these because there's definitely a lot. Some of these are going to have to go into the freezer, but I do want to do, you know, a big batch of cooking them up.
Bo!